Hello, just another random video again, talking about this. And again, it's a total spontaneous video, and I've got no idea what I'm going to talk about, but I'm sure something will come out. So when I say talking about this, what I'm referring to is existence or life, being, what this is. And it's become really obvious here through seeking and glimpses, awakenings. It's become really obvious that nobody knows what this is. I don't know what this is. But a few things have become clear here, in the sense of this is everything, and it's really simple. In the sense that there's nothing before this or nothing after this. It's literally just whatever is happening immediately. And it's bursting with life, this aliveness. But when you're identified with the me character and time, memories of the past, imagination, stories, then this becomes complicated. And it can cause a lot of suffering. And there's nothing wrong or right with that, because that's what's happening. The biggest realization here is there's no next. So the future is an imaginary story. It's a fantasy that you're playing out yourself through your imagination. So if you look around right now at whatever's happening, breathing, the feeling of sitting on a seat maybe, the sound of a car passing by, that's it. There's nothing happened before, and nothing's going to happen. The thoughts about what happened before and what may happen in the future are just thoughts that are appearing in this. So there's nothing to find. There's nowhere to get to. This is whole and complete already. Nothing needs to be done. Things will get done or they won't get done. The body moves, by itself. And it seems like a lot of people have a hard time accepting that the body is capable of doing things without you. You know, you've only got to look at your eyes blinking, your blood pumping around your body, breathing. You know, you're not doing any of that. And it's the same with all the appearances. You know, any sounds or anything in your visual field, it just happens spontaneously, randomly. You've got no control, because you are not already. There's no self inside the body. I mean, that is quite obvious. I mean, where's that self? You know, is it here? Is it here? It's not inside the body. There is no self. You actually can't fuck this up. You know, if you have a choice to make, you know, to go left or to go right, to do this or to do that, it doesn't matter which choice happens. You don't make that choice, and whatever happens is whole and complete always. And that can mean discomfort, sadness, stress, but also happiness, joy, peace. Once this is realized, you're not going to be in any kind of permanent state. You know, it's absolute nonsense. Enlightenment, a permanent state of bliss. It's absolute nonsense. I used to watch videos of, you know, Muji or, you know, all these gurus, and I used to think, oh, I wish I was like that person, you know, they must be in this state of pure happiness and bliss, and life must be amazing for them. I want what they've got. It's absolute nonsense. Nobody's got anything. This is just as it is, however it appears. I've mentioned it on previous videos. Some days are blissful, some days are rubbish. That's not going to change. It's you're a human. You know, this human form is. I think the liberation is being okay with whatever is happening. So a human being has the full array of emotions. That's just how it is. But I suppose there is a liberation in this realization, I mean, particularly for me, I used to suffer with anxiety, worrying about the future. And it still can happen. You know, there can be an appearance of something that's going to happen tomorrow that causes worry or anxiety. But once this is realised, that this is everything, it's timeless, there's no before, there's no after, it's a little bit lighter, it's more relaxing. Because it's always just this. Any thoughts that are other than this are just thoughts appearing in this. I mean, if it helps, you know, really analyze or think about what a thought is, it's nothing. The thought arises, you know, where does it arise from? It just arises from this. And before you know it, it's gone. The thought's gone. It's disappeared back into this. It's always just this. So the thought is nothing. But the thoughts are it too. There's nothing wrong with the thoughts. And if there's any resistance to the thoughts, then the resistance is this too. I mean, I've listened to a number of speakers. Some of them I resonate with, some of them I don't resonate with. And it'll be the same for you watching this. You know, some people may resonate with what I'm saying and others will not. And I think that's just the human characters. We're drawn towards certain people that we like or dislike. And I don't know what it's like for others, apparent others. I can only talk about here, you know, this experience here. You know, I have spent a lot of time in silence and on my own over the years. And I've kind of tested the notion of thoughts of the past and the future and how real they are. Oh, and they still do feel real, you know, but that's this appearing as a separate person who's making thoughts of the future or thinking about thoughts of the past. But it's always only this. So there's nothing to learn, there's nothing to understand. I mean, thankfully, I've not been one of them, and I say that, you know, I feel grateful in a way that I've not been a hardcore spiritual seeker. I mean, I hear some stories of people meditating for like eight hours a day, or, you know, I don't know, looking at a candle for hours, or I don't know, all sorts of practices, rituals, and I feel really grateful that I've never fell into that, because, and there's nothing wrong with that either, you know, it's just, that's just wholeness, that's just this doing that as well, but you're not going to get anything from it. What are you trying to, what would you get? There's just this. And again, I can't explain what I mean when I say just this, but it's just this being, this isness, aliveness, life, whatever it is. Nobody knows what this is. And I mean, I don't know for certain that nobody doesn't, or they do know what this is, but it's become quite clear now that no one knows what this is. Who would know? It is a mystery. It is like a dream. that the separate self can wake up from. And when that happens, it's realised that there is no self. So when you look in your visual field, there's nothing outside of this. That's all thoughts and imaginations, stories. It's imagined story time. And there's, the memories of the past will show up, will appear, pop up, and plans for the future will happen. But that doesn't mean there's a you. It just happens. And I don't even know why these videos are happening, but there just seems to be a pull towards making these videos. I do seem to, why not? I do seem to enjoy it. It's obvious that nobody knows what this is. So, anyone that wants to talk about this, then they're just as qualified as anybody else, I suppose. And I'm not sure how clear or how direct my talking is about this. It doesn't really matter. Because once the video ends, it's gone. It's in the past. So I'm not sure what else to talk about, really. So yeah, if you are seeking for something, a lot of people are seeking for happiness, love, a new partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, money. a better lifestyle, a better way. But there isn't a better way. There's only this. That thing that you're imagining will bring you happiness. It's just a thought. It's an imagined story. It's impossible for this to be any other version of what is. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your thoughts of hopes or aspirations, because that's just what's happening. But I think it causes a lot of suffering. Potentially. And you may get that thing that you want, but you may not. You've not got any control over it. And any memories of the past that bring up emotions of guilt or shame, or, wishing it could be that way again, it's suffering. So it seems that, this is timeless. This is just always as it is. So it seems that when the thoughts of the past and the imagined future pop up, it's as though you can then create a whirlwind of stories about them memories or projected images of the future, and you can create your own suffering. That's what's illusory. That's the liberation and the freedom when this is seen as it is. I think that's a good way to end the video. Thanks for listening.